Okay, here we go. So what I've been doing here, got a super simple driver for the Plethora, and I'm going through a loop and have a vintage swell after it. So what I'm thinking for trapping the sounds is to set up a bunch of delays after it and switch through them with snapshots. We'll get to that. Got some of these switches I've got mapped over. Flanger working, compressor working. The expression pedal I've mapped to the expression out. But the percentages here versus the percentages there are not right, and that's something I've got to work on. But this thing's pretty cool. You can switch boards. Control everything. What I'm hoping to do is maybe, I don't know, sometimes not have the Plethora right there on the floor. I'm using the colors to represent what's on screen for some of this. Check that sub. Some of these keys are mapped directly just to switch things, and they're out of phase. But for atmospheric sounds, this thing rocks. That's basically it. So what I'm really discovering in the last couple of days is that, you know, I've kind of blanked on this as I'm, you know, it's usually MIDI. This thing is designed to be controlled by expression pedals. And something I didn't really know too much about was that these knobs here, you can get a hot knob assignment to them so that they actually work whilst you're still in play. So you can scratch that with your foot and spin. I've been thinking about using rotary interfaces instead, and there you go, they're built right in. So you can do crazy stuff with this. So this thing kind of needs to be on the floor for the mash, for those pedals, for those things. But it is super responsive to an EXP. And mapping all this stuff is so easy, especially with the app. And I've kind of forgotten all about that, and you know, I hadn't used it in a long time, but the app is where it all lies. So my idea is this: when I'm at home, I have the big rig here, and that's what I use to drive everything. So this is just one big massive MIDI controller with a simple little thing to tweak that and get all this ambient stuff going. Couple of expression pedals should do it, but the beauty of this, I think, is that that will be going with me, usually with the Stomp or with the Iridium or something. I kind of pick and stick these things together last minute and go, and that's the way I'm learning the pedals. So, you know, it would be cool to share this and then get feedback as to different ways to layer this within the snapshots, because it is pretty fast. It's switching this way, but you're still going to get that drop. For anyone who's not familiar, Helix is a perfect example of this. If you're switching between presets here, you're going to get a drop every time anyway. Same thing with the Stomp, although it's a lot less because there's only 6 blocks, but the more blocks you're loading, shut up. The more blocks you're loading, the only way around that is to layer one into the other and use a delay or a reverb or some sort of capturing thing to do it. And then you're flying. You can go flicking through presets and not lose a beat. You could also set these things up. So holding down turns it off. I did it in one of these snapshots. Maybe I've changed it now. But you could do that. Use this like a clutch and take it on, take it off. So only when you're switching. Flick it on before. Do it this nice big ambient shift and then turn the thing off. Easy to do. So that's the idea. I will keep working on it and then share it probably tomorrow.